Hey guys, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to the place where we tarot and heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Welcome to your pick a card about karmic cycles and the gems to gain from it, okay? If you've already closed out a karmic cycle or if you're in the process of doing so, this is just going to highlight what the gems are that you're to gain from it so that you can really close it out and move on, okay? All right. So I think this is gonna be 3. I never know how many piles I'm really gonna do, but my intention is 3. Might be 4, but anyway, you can check the comments below and see how many I actually end up with. You know how it goes. All right, let's go. I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we all need to know about our karmic cycles? Okay, pile 1. All right, overall, what has pile 1 learned from their karmic cycle? So we have the 2 of Wands coming out in reverse. This is interesting energy. It's coming out as there's some regret coming through. I feel like it's a regret of not planning or a regret of not, I don't know why I'm hearing failing to plan, planning to fail. That whole thing. Not following through with plans. We have the King of Cups coming through. Hold on. Clearer vision. We have the 2 of Cups. Okay. It's something about falling through, plans falling through, okay? Somebody might have planned for something but didn't follow through with it when it comes to soulmates or whatever, or a specific soulmate, okay? I don't feel like there was much clarity here. So someone's stepping into a new phase of clarity, a new cycle of clarity here. Being more, there's a need to be a bit more reliable. Okay, now this could be you. You could be dealing with, you could have been in a cycle where you were dealing with someone who wasn't that reliable, or you can be the person, you know, who wasn't that reliable. And now you're stepping into a more reliable state, okay? Either you're that or you're going to attract that, okay? But yeah, it does seem like there's a need to be more reliable, all right? Yeah, we have the 7 of Swords coming out at the bottom of the deck. I mean, somebody wasn't living up to their expectations, okay? I'm almost feeling like someone might have been putting out expectations that they had no intentions of living up to. Things like that. This could be the situation that you were dealing with, and this is a karmic tie that you're breaking. All right, let's move forward. All right. What is the lesson learned from this situation? Ace of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. I feel like somebody was sitting on a decision. 7 of Swords coming out again. All right, this energy is coming through very foggy, okay? And I just feel like somebody might have been dealing with a magician or acting like a magician where they weren't really being very clear about their plans and intentions. Like they were hinting at intentions, but not really planning to follow through with it. Okay, so somebody was like all talk, that type of energy there. Now, with that, it does seem like there was an Ace of Cups energy. There was, with the 2 of Cups, there was some type of opportunity that opened up for love, okay, for some type of alignment. And someone was just moving very shady about it, all right? Now, the lesson here is it can be it can be one of these Ace of Cups energies. It can be that energy where you guys have a potential for a beautiful love. But if somebody's showing up like this, you have to just believe that that's what they're going to do, right? Soulmate or not. And this is an energy, okay. Soulmate or not, soul connection or not, it doesn't matter how tight the bond is. None of that matters. If someone is moving in Seven of Swords energy, you're going to have to let them go. But it does seem like there was a lesson here in like, yeah, but it could be so great, right? Oh, it's topsy-turvy energy. I'm getting this like, the Seven of Swords in this card is like, okay, you're not going to see it because of the lighting. Okay, but try to look at it. So the top energy, this is like what you were seeing about this person, but they were really carrying this energy, okay? Let me show you real quick, right? So this is the top energy, but they were actually this. Right? But because of the Two of Cups energy, because of the Ace of Cups, because of the potential that it could have been, you didn't want to really face that, okay? You were just like, yeah, but I'm going to believe in the good in this, right? So that's a lesson, okay? Soulmate or not, some of them could be trash soulmates, okay? They could be the karmic lessons, which it does seem like this is it here. So that's a lesson to learn. Like there are different levels of these soulmates out here. Not all of them are meant to get with, all right? You can feel, and it is tricky because you feel the bond, but it doesn't always mean that like, that's the one, okay? All right. What's the results from cutting ties from this karmic tie or cycle, whatever? What's the result of cutting ties? Ace of Wands coming out in reverse. Ace of Swords. I feel like there might have been a little bit of tunnel vision. Yeah, with the Five of Swords. There was a little bit of tunnel vision when it came to this situation. Because it was like maybe you were using, or someone else, but someone was using this, this idea of, well, they're a soulmate. So let's just stick it out and see, you know, something like that. But the results is breaking out of that tunnel vision and expanding your viewpoint of what a soulmate is. Because if you have this idea that a soulmate is someone that you got to stick it out with no matter how they treat you, now it's like you can see how that can lead to some, you know, some not so happy situations. So this is about, this takes you out of that mindset, that limited perception of how to treat soulmates, and it expands your vision, expands your idea of what a soulmate could be, okay? The good, bad, and the gray area. And what are the next steps here? What are the next steps after closing out this cycle? Seven of Wands. See, yeah, that expansion. You have an expanded view of love as well, okay? There's some lessons about the gray areas in love, all right? Three of Wands. It's realizing, like, the potential could be there, and it doesn't mean that someone's going to honor it, because it takes two, all right? It takes two. And if you're feeling the strength of this bond and you're like, how can you not go for this? And they don't, you're just gonna have to respect, like, wow, your willpower to not go for this is much stronger than your willpower to experience this type of love. And you're gonna have to just accept that, right? So it's like having this expanded view of like, okay, soul ties are here. Some are good, some are bad, and not everyone has to honor it. And Ace of Cups energy is just an opportunity, okay? It's just a door, and both parties have to open the door together. But you don't have to take the opportunity, okay? These are just seeds of potential. This isn't a full-on blossomed love, okay? So it doesn't have to go anywhere, all right? All right. So then, okay, so then the next steps lead to the expansion, the expanded idea of what soulmates are, of what soul ties are, of what karmic ties are, of love in general. And it allows, I feel like it allows for more of an honoring of the results as opposed to a label, right? So, or the strength of the bond, you know? It's like, okay, you're a soulmate, but you're not giving me the love that I want. You're not giving me the results that I need. So soulmate or not, deuces, you know? So that's your next step here. All right, and what's the downside of, or the challenging steps? What's the challenge of stepping into this new cycle now? 10 of Wands. There's a new heaviness surrounding love now, okay? But it might be a little bit of just a more grounded state point of view, okay? Yeah, it's a bit grounded, but it puts you in this position of empowerment, okay? With the Emperor card, we have the 10 of Wands coming out with the Emperor card. Before you actually really embrace this and integrate this lesson, it might just feel like a defeated attitude about love, or this defeated attitude about soulmates, and not really defeated, but there's a little bit of a heaviness around love once you realize, like, oh, the soulmates, even if I meet a soulmate, it's still gonna be problems, right? Even if I meet a divine counterpart, I'm still not going to be completely happy always, right? It's that type of energy there, that realization of the realism of dealing with another human, dealing with another human's emotions, okay? Just because it's a soulmate doesn't mean that they're going to be able to read your mind, or divine counterpart, whatever the case is. I mean, even though they have the telepathic thing going on, but we still are humans with our own, we have our layers of ego that's going to stop us from clearly reading a situation correctly sometimes, right? So those things are going to happen. Miscommunications are going to happen, misunderstandings, you know, so on and so forth. So it's that realization. Someone might be brought down a little bit to a more grounded state when it comes to these soulmates, okay, when they meet them. The expectations might be lowered now. All right, and what's the upside? What do they have to look forward to? What does Pile 1 have to look forward to in this new cycle? Justice card, balance. There we go. That's it. So you're going to just be more balanced when it comes to love, okay? Your idea of love, your expectations for love, okay? It'll be balanced now, and that's awesome. Yeah, it's needed to happen, so that's good. What's overall advice for Pile 1? Queen of Wands. I love this. It puts you into a more a bolder state. You know what I feel like? I feel like because there might have been more leeway given when you felt like someone was a soulmate, for example. Now this could be family, friends. It could be romantic, obviously romantic interests. And this could be a cycle where you had multiple people and you're letting them slide, like, all right, this is a soulmate, you know, whatever the case is. Okay, this is family. Let me let it slide, whatever the case is, whoever this is, okay? Anyway, so it might have been some boundaries being overstepped, okay? There might have been moments where you should have probably been more assertive in honoring your desires, and you kind of let things slide. So I feel like that's about to be done, because now you're going to honor what the results are, what you want to see in love, and it's going to lead to this Emperor with the Queen of Wands. It's more of a fiery energy now, a bolder energy. This is what I want, okay? And I'm not afraid to lose a soulmate, because I realize now, not all soulmates are created equal, okay? So if you're a soulmate, but you're not giving me the love I want, then you ain't the soulmate for me right now, okay? But it was nice meeting you. I'm happy that we got to meet in this game called Earth one more time, okay? I'll see you in the next lifetime, right? But yeah, this is level of I just heard authority. This is the level of authority. I feel like it's more of assertiveness of your desires, okay? And not being afraid to speak up about what you want. Yeah, all right, cool. Let us pull from the Animal Spirit deck. We have clear out the clutter. Yeah, I feel like there is, the first thing that I thought here with this Page of Swords was clearer vision. So it does seem like, yeah, there's just going to be a clearer vision of love. And it's clearing out the clutter, the ideas that you had of love that might have made you accept more than you should have. Of course, this can stem from deeper things, okay? But anyways, closing out that cycle. Anything else? Animal Spirit? Knowing what soulmates are worth your time and what soulmates are not, okay? Despite the title, despite the strength of the bond, despite the soul recognition, despite all of that, all right? Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Yeah, I'm feeling like there might be some deeper stuff in the past that might have affected this or made you choose... made you move like this when it came to love. Maybe you saw examples of this, for example. Okay, that's going to be different for everyone. You can figure that one out. Anything else? Yeah. Baby, you about to be reborn. A rebirth is assured, okay? You rising from the ashes like a phoenix. You see this Emperor here? They're not messing around, okay? And they're coming out knowing what they want. They know what they want, all right? And it's like, look, I'm not gonna ever compromise my desires for anyone again, all right? Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide, is also not being afraid to let go of a soulmate if they're not giving you what you want, knowing that there are more. Like I said, like, yeah, you're a soulmate, but you're not the one for me. I'm going to catch you next lifetime when you get your shit together, all right? But I'm going to move on to the next soulmate, all right? Just knowing that there's abundance of them and not being afraid to let one go. All right? All right. Go ahead with your bad self. Go on, get it. All right, cool. Well, that's awesome. Kudos to you guys. All right. Pile 2. Okay, pile 2. What has pile 2 learned from closing out their karmic lesson? Or karmic tie, if this is like a karmic tie that you just closed out. But I feel like I'm more focused on the lesson of the whole cycle in general. What is this? The blue and the red just hit me. All right, what we talking about? Getting that yin-yang energy there. All right, what has pile 2 learned from closing out their karmic cycle? Oh, this really wanted to be seen, the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands actually came out in pile 1 too. And that was a different pile. Different deck. Okay. It came out in the same placement too. Maybe you guys would appreciate pile 1, okay? So, in addition to this one. So maybe check it out and see. So we have the Two of Wands with the Sun card coming out. Both coming out in reverse. What have they learned? Oh, Temperance card in reverse. This is kind of similar. I don't know. Okay, this is probably going to give another angle to it, but this definitely is giving similar energy to pile 1. This energy of going against your own, not honoring your desires for the sake of not wanting to miss out, okay? Now, this one is more so coming out as going against your gut instincts because you don't want to feel lost. You don't want to lose a relationship. You don't want to miss out. All that good stuff, okay? But it's working against your own happiness, okay? So that's the cycle there. Being the leader in your own life. If other people don't want to leave the party with you, you're like, you know what? I'm done here. I'm going to go home. I don't have to wait for y'all to come with me. Stay here. Enjoy yourself. I'm out. Okay? It's that level of leadership and autonomy of your own life. All right? Okay. So that's the karmic lesson in a nutshell. The lesson learned, Knight of Pentacles with the High Priestess. See, I'm getting more spiritual energy here. It feels like this is more so about your gut instinct or your intuitive guidance, where you've been ignoring that or putting a pause on that, stifling that. Instead of venturing out on your own path. Okay? What's the results? What's the results from cutting ties from this karmic cycle? What are the results for pile 2? And by the way, I'm sorry, that was a High Priestess coming out, if I didn't say that. Yep, the Naked Heart. See, these cards don't come out, the blue and the red. As I showed you earlier when I was shuffling. Okay. So, the Naked Heart coming out. This is you being your authentic self. This pile 2 is about stepping into authenticity. The autonomy of your life, right? The leadership in your own world, being the leader of your world. And having that level of independence, not being afraid to take your own path, let the others follow, right? Anything else as far as the results? Oh, the Justice card. Wow, look at that. You have the Naked Heart coming out with the Justice card. This is all about authenticity, following your heart and not being afraid of what other people have to say about it. Beautiful. Lovely. Look at that. That's some bold energy right there, okay? Marching to the beat of your own drum. That's a new lesson. That's a new cycle that you're stepping into. So speaking of that, what are the next steps in this new cycle? You have the Queen of Pentacles. So now we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles coming out. I feel like this is you finding yourself, finding a part of yourself that you might have lost at some point. You might have lost yourself in relationships or lost yourself being in this collective, being in a collective, whether it's a group of friends, whether it's the family environment. It's just a group and you lost yourself in that. And now it's refinding your identity again and finding completion and wholeness within yourself. This is awesome. Okay. All right. And what are the challenges as they step into this new cycle? What are the challenges as they step out of this old cycle into their new cycle? What are the challenges here? Not knowing what to do with this. See, with the Eight of Swords, it's like you're breaking free. You're breaking free of an old identity. And that's going to be a process there. With the Six of Swords coming out and the Page of Pentacles, it's like, okay, I got out of this mental jail that I had myself in. I got myself out of this. See, this could be a label. I just feel like you feel boxed in a label, or boxed into a personality type, boxed into a way that, boxed into how other people perceived you, and you just kept reinforcing that mask. Okay, so now you're ripping that mask off, and it's like, wait, now what do I do with this? You know? So that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for you, figuring out what that is for you. How it might feel awkward at first. All right. Okay. And what are the upsides? What do they have to look forward to? Oh, the Sage here. See, I feel like you go into these people. There's definitely people involved here. These people, I don't know if you guys were like, there's a lot of peer pressure, and it could be as like obvious as peer pressure, or it can just be, it could be as subtle as, you know, being in a family dynamic and just growing up in that culture and just being a part of that culture, not realizing that you were taking on elements of your environment, but it wasn't you, right? So it could be as subtle as that, and realizing that and pulling that apart and like, oh, that's not me at all. Or, these aren't my belief systems. These belief systems came from my parents, and it's really trying to rebuild and restructure your belief systems, restructure how you look at yourself as well, restructure how you're showing up in the world, okay, without these other people's influence. This is nice, okay? But then in turn, I feel like it makes you stepping out of this dynamic, whether it's a family dynamic or friendship, whatever it is, you stepping out of this dynamic turns you into the sage. Now they start looking to you. That's what I'm feeling here. Interesting. Okay, hold on. See, you were in a dynamic where there was the blind leading the blind, okay? But you have the high priestess energy, so you actually carry the truth. So your truth is shining despite these fake leaders, okay? Yeah, whatever. That's what it is, okay? You were being a follower, you're becoming a leader. Okay, that's it. All right. But now it's getting used to that leadership energy. Okay. The sage energy. See, you might inspire others because you broke out of this dynamic. You broke out of this shell. And maybe other people in that shell, in that collective, they're like, I wanted to do that too. And now they see you doing it. They're like, oh, let me follow them. They're onto something, right? It's something like that, okay? Whether it's in your personal, immediate environment, or this is on a larger scale, that's gonna be different, okay? But it does lead to some type of leadership role, okay? Where you go from follower to leader. Okay, cool. So that's what you have to that's a challenge, I'm sorry. And what do they have to look forward to? So you have the Knight of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is on the horizon. This is what comes out of the awkward stage. After the awkward stage. Ooh. All right. Oops. All right. So there's a little bit of a heads up here. Be mindful of the leeches. Be mindful of people when you step out. You go from follower to leader, meaning you become elevated in a collective energy that you were once not elevated in. With that being said, when you become elevated, people start to look that way. Many eyes might be looking that way and might be trying to elevate with you by hanging on the coattails because you carry this abundance with you. Be mindful of those, okay? That's coming out as what you need to look forward to. So that's going to be a part of the new cycle. That's just when we step out of an old cycle, you close out those lessons, you close out those problems. We go into a new cycle. It's going to have this new set of lessons, new set of problems, okay? And it seems like this is something that this will be a new lesson to be mindful of. As you're in this leadership role, you're going to have more eyes on you, which is going to lead to more people who want what you have type of thing, all right? So we do have that Seven of Swords energy. There's going to be some people that come around that's going to be not have your best interests at heart. That's not going to be everyone, but there's going to be some. And you're just going to have to keep your eyes open with the High Priestess coming through, okay? The same High Priestess that you use to get out of this collective energy and get into, I don't know why I'm hearing dominance, but some people might want to dominate you. But the thing that puts you into this elevated state, you keep using that to survive in that elevated state, okay? It's like when somebody get more money, then more people pop up, right? They want to be on with you, right? So that's it, okay? So it's just human nature, and it's to charge it to the game, but just stay woke, okay? All right. Why is that Nine of Swords there? Alright. I think we gotta expand on that a little bit more. Because we're getting all the cards of the deception coming out. So I feel like, see, as I mentioned, this is a very clear story. This is a story of a person in a collective. This collective wasn't the best collective. It was shady energy. You step away from this path, from this collective, and they start looking at you like, oh, where you going? Oh, you lighten up. Oh, you elevated. Let's follow you. But they're following you with that still shady energy they got going on. Not everybody could come with you, and I think that's already a lesson that you're probably already learning. But I feel like there might still be some remnants of it, like maybe reflecting on the past. Even if you let these people go, it's something about you'll still be thinking about them. Survivor's guilt, something on that level, whether it's actual survivor's guilt or metaphorically, you know, just like I got out of this. Yeah, it's something like that going on. Anyway, don't let the this is tough. This is tough. Anyway, that's something that's going to be there. All right. It's just a price that's paid for you to step out into leadership. The price is letting people go, and then obviously letting people go, but some of the people that you have to let go is still going to kind of haunt you a little bit. That's what it feels like, all right? All right, well, what's the advice? Either way, you're finding yourself in a way that you haven't before. Yeah, see, there's still longing. Oh my God. There's longing here. See, so I was saying the past is haunting a little bit. I feel like there's just going to be, that's how it's going to come up. It's going to come up as longing. You left the collective. You left this collective, and then you might miss the feeling of being a part of this collective. It was like, let's say, okay, it was shady, but at least it was a group. I was a part of a thing. It was less complicated than when I was in my leadership mode, right? It's that type of energy where you just, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment, okay? Adjusting to this new way of being, and then being in this new way by yourself, or not with the people that you're used to having around you. Like if somebody's just a regular worker, right? Blue collar worker, and then they get promoted. Now their peers, the ones that they used to joke around with every day, shoot the shit on the clock all day. Once they become promoted, they can't do that anymore. They are now elevated. And now their co-workers who they once had fun with, now they're becoming, now you're looking at them like, oh man, now I'm your employer and you're not doing the best job as an employee. I know this because I was with you. So I know the tricks that you do, right? And now it's like having to deal with that awkward moment of being elevated among these people. That's what I keep feeling like. They're going to see you elevated, and then you have to just deal with this new stance. Among them, and they are going to have to deal with like the jealousy and all that as well. And then imagine now this person's your employee, and now because they're like, oh man, I know you, that's my homeboy, we started here together, and now they're trying to cut corners. They're like, oh, you my homie, you're not going to tell nobody. And now they're being toxic for you and jeopardizing your new position. right? So that's an illustration of what's happening here. And then the employer has to learn how to either let them go, or set boundaries with them. But then it's a longing and missing of what it used to be, even if it wasn't that healthy to begin with. Okay? So that's that in a nutshell. All right. Snake spirit, time to heal. Yeah, this feels like you're going to be in this this shedding of your skin as you find yourself. This shedding of your skin is going to be a little bit of a process, okay? It's not something that happens overnight. It's going to be multiple sheddings, and it's just, you're just going to have to go through this process kind of solo. That's just what it's going to be for a little bit, all right? It's going to be you realizing what you have to shed, longing for the past, looking at your old shedded skin like, oh, I remember when I used to wear that, oh. But also embracing the new, but also feeling like, oh, what is this new skin? I don't even know, right? It's that energy too, kind of feeling uncomfortable in the new skin, all right? So just, it's good stuff. You're elevated and you're finding yourself, but finding yourself and being authentic, it's going to feel foreign for a little bit, even if it is your authentic self. You've been not in that authentic energy for a really long time, so it's going to feel weird until it doesn't. All right? Cool. So it's about getting comfortable in your own skin, baby, in this elevated state. Okay, you got this. All right? All right. One more. Animal spirit. Wombat spirit, be at home, yeah. This is you being in your own skin, being comfortable with you, all right? Being comfortable with that ass. Okay, thank you so much. Pile 3. All right. All right, pile 3. All right, what is the overall energy of the karmic cycle for pile 3 that they're getting out of? Or that they're out of, who knows? Oh gosh. We starting off. Okay, we coming in hot, baby. We coming in hot with the double card. Let me tell you something. This is what we dealing with, okay? He said this is what the karmic cycle's about. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, this is already complex emotions here. Here's something. Complex emotions, I'll tell you. But coming out of it, all right, so it seems like the emotions are a little bit out of whack, all right? This could come out as emotional manipulation, or it could just be coming out as your emotional rationale. You know, it might not have been completely balanced. Or maybe you were dealing with people who carried this energy, but it's coming out with a little bit of a emotional instability. Okay, so you might have been in an environment that created this emotional instability, or maybe you were just carrying that energy and now you're healing it. But yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it's about to be over, or it is over. We do have the Wheel of Fortune coming out here, which is beautiful. Okay, we do have the Death card coming out. We do have the Seven of Cups coming out in reverse, meaning that whatever this confusion was, or whatever this emotional instability was, it's coming to an end. Things are changing, okay? And this is beautiful. All right, let's see. All right, what's the main lesson learned from this karmic lesson? From this karmic cycle? Why is the Two of Wands coming out for everybody? What is up with this Two of Wands? The Two of Wands came out in reverse for pile 1 and 2. All right, so what's the lesson here? So we have the Two of Wands in reverse, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords in reverse, and a Queen of Pentacles. This is also similar to pile 1. Pile 2 is similar to pile 1, and this one is also similar to pile 1. So maybe watch pile 1. Everybody probably needs to watch pile 1. I don't know, okay? But this energy is coming off like, I'm feeling like this energy of playing with your food. Playing with your food, and then it gets taken away because you're playing too much, all right? This could be emotional games, all right? Somebody probably like to play emotional games a lot. But they're learning a lesson about that. Like, okay, that ain't the way to move. Or they had a situation that taught them like why they probably played with the wrong person, something like that going on. All right. It taught them this lesson on fairness, okay? On being, providing reciprocity, not trying to win, you know, if this is about love. All right, what's the results from cutting this karmic cycle off? Ending this karmic cycle. What's the results of this? Six of Pentacles, the reciprocity. All right, yeah. Someone used to like to play games in love. And they realized that they were cheating themselves in doing that. They wanted to win the game by cheating. Okay, maybe not like completely cheating, but I mean, in the metaphor, in the game metaphor, by cheating, right? And emotional manipulation, manipulating a situation to get what they want without giving much. And they're realizing the beauty. They're realizing that they were cheating themselves actually from experiencing the beauty of love, the vulnerability of love, the things that they actually wanted to experience. Even though the Devil card is here, very loud. The Queen of Cups is here, really loud too. So this person definitely is, they have a depth of emotion, but they just wasn't using it, channeling it in the right way. Okay, so that's what's happening. So now they're realizing like, oh, I actually have this Queen of Cups. I understand emotions deeply because I actually want this. I want to feel my emotions. They realizing they were cheating themselves from the experience of actually healthily experiencing this with another person by way of equal reciprocity, loving someone and them loving you back, keeping that open vibe there. Yeah, that's what they're learning. With the Five of Pentacles, see, I feel like there might have been a situation that taught this person that. All right, it taught them like they played with the wrong person. That's what happened. They played with the wrong person, and it put them out in the cold somehow, and it made them learn a lesson. Like, okay, that's not fair. That wasn't fair. Now, maybe this person was just used to moving that way. So maybe because they were just used to moving that way and it worked for them, they probably didn't realize how toxic they were being. But yeah, so someone's finally realizing like, yeah, that wasn't right. You know, that was me and my control issues acting out, whatever the case is, okay? All right. Because it is manipulation. All right. And we have the Four of Pentacles here, something in control. All right. That's coming out as a next steps? No. Okay, what are the next steps? What are the next steps here? Two of Swords coming out. Yeah, it's an emotional breakthrough. See, somebody was kind of running on autopilot here. Oh, wow, the Four of Pentacles coming out again. With the Nine of Cups. I feel like someone lost someone who was precious to them, and they played with their food and it got taken away. Whether the universe said, nope, we're gonna put this person in another relationship because you don't know how to act, or the person just, you know, whatever, however it happened. Somebody was playing with love, and it it might have been a good thing. You know, I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles here, so I do feel like it was a window. It was an opportunity that was gifted. Someone played with it, like they usually do with other people, and the universe is like, nah, you're not doing that. And now they want to kind of get it back. This Ace of Pentacles, they're holding this near and dear to their heart. They're precious. That's what I'm feeling. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, and they realize someone had a breakthrough about how their games messed up a precious thing that they had. Okay. Bees that way. Okay. The downside. What is the downside of them coming out? No, the challenges rather. What are the challenges as they come out of this old cycle into the new? 10 of Wands. They want to get rid of that guilt. It's a certain heaviness that they're carrying right now. It's a certain heaviness that they're carrying right now about like, how didn't I see that before? I really feel like they were moving on autopilot, and they probably didn't realize that what they were doing was emotional manipulation. They just knew that they were winning. That's all they knew. And they weren't, I mean, it's just a lack of emotional, it was a missing part of like the emotional intelligence that was kind of blocked off. For whatever reason, this energy comes up in us, right? Pain in the past, whatever, want to protect yourself, want to control, whatever that reason is. That part of their emotional intelligence where they were like, hey, what am I doing for them? Let me give them equal reciprocity. That part was blocked off for them. And because they got so used to that, they didn't realize, and maybe nobody called them out, but they didn't realize that they were being selfish. In love or whatever, in emotional interactions. Or maybe they thought it was okay to win. I mean, it was okay to play games with love, you know? Maybe they was reading these pickup artists, dumbass pickup artist books. Shade to everybody who reads that and actually implements this shit in the world. You know who'll be writing these books? Niggas who don't get no pussy. All right, anyway. Anyway, so yeah, they're gonna have to release themselves of this guilt. They're having this moment, this heaviness as they have this realization of what they've done and to whom they did it to. Something precious. All right, and what is the upside? What does pile 3 have to look forward to? Keep in mind, of course, you know how it goes. This could be you. Or this could be someone else, and they feel this way about you, and this is their karmic cycle. All right. What do they have to look forward to in this new cycle as they're leaving the old cycle? What do they have to look forward to? Okay, clarity. They're seeing clearly now, and they're stepping into the king mode. King of Swords with the 8 of Wands. I feel like this person's gonna go for the thing. This person lost their precious. They realize it, and when they realize it, they're gonna go for it. Like, I didn't know. I was dumb. Sorry. Okay? That's what I'm feeling now. So that's what they are looking forward to, or what you're looking forward to, whoever this is. I am getting a little bit of shame with this energy, though. Embarrassment. I'm getting a little bit of embarrassment because they're realizing maybe how emotionally immature they were. And it's like, how didn't I see that? How did I mess that up? Oh, I'm so stupid. That's the energy I'm feeling here. And you just got to go through that process, but don't keep badgering yourself like that, right? Don't beat yourself up about it. The beautiful thing is you're moving out the cycle. All right, you know better, you do better. And just don't continue that whole emotional, you know, manipulation or, you know, playing the mind games, all right? All right. What's the advice? Oh, that was a lot. What we have here? The Chariot. They're moving forward. 6 of Wands, 3 of... Oh, this person's not playing. This person. Is this you? Who this? Whoever this is. This person's coming for their precious. I'm getting a lot of travel energy with this. Now, this is the only one that's coming out like a relationship reading. There's very clearly a person going for somebody, okay? So we have the 8 of Wands, right? That movement. I'm getting that movement towards someone. Very clear direction as to what they want to do with this person. Or at least very clearly, like, I want this person. Or very clearly knowing that they're the precious. They're precious. And then we have the Chariot with the 6 of Wands. They're ready to go to war for this, okay? I'm feeling this energy of like, I'm ready. I'm armored up. I'm slaying the competition. I don't care. I'm pulling out all of it. All the stops, okay? 3 of Swords in reverse. They want to make up for any pain that they caused. And then the World card. They want to bring a new beginning. So they're coming through with all this fire. You see all this red? They're coming through with all this fire. And then to bring this beautiful, like, sigh of relief. Maybe this is a sigh of relief of closure. Whatever it is, okay? It could be for them, a relief for them, where they finally get their precious again. You know, things like that. But it's a whole lot of fire. They're very revved up. They're going to get very revved up to get this precious back. All right. What is the animal spirit for pile 3? Be here now. I feel like they're being led to go for the other thing, okay? Go for their precious. This feels like a relationship reading. If this is you and you're like, oh boy, I don't need nobody coming back into my life. Just look, I'm just a messenger, all right? I'm sorry, but it's saying Starfish Spirit, be open to the possibility. Be open. You might be led. If this is you, if you're somebody's precious and they're coming and they find their way back to you in this new cycle, just be open at the very least, okay? For some of you guys, we have Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. There's things that were left unsaid, and I feel like that needs to be cleared out at the very least. When, as I mentioned, like when they have this moment, it's a lot of passion that brings them to this world energy, this sigh of relief. Like I said, this could just be closure. This could be an apology. There's clutter in this. There's clutter in this bond that needs to be cleared out. So at least you guys can move on. Either move on together or move on separately. This person needs to speak their piece. They need to let you know, like, hey, I'm an idiot, okay, for doing that to you. And you probably need to hear that, okay? But yeah, that's going to clear up some mess. It's going to clear up some clutter there. We have Skunk Spirit. Know your worth here. All right. You figure out what you want to do with the situation. I'm not seeing as far as actually having this reconciliation and moving forward, like with a relationship, I don't know about that. That's going to be different for everyone, and that's not the part that's important here. What's important is that someone realizes that they played with their food, and they learned a lesson on reciprocity in love. They realized why they were playing around, and they overcame that. They also recognized who was their precious, and now they're feeling drawn. I feel like they're being pushed to their precious to, at the very least, provide closure and apologize. Okay? What happens after that is going to be different for everyone. All right? All right. Well, that was interesting. Somebody ex coming back. They want that old thing back. All right. Well, that's it. All right. Well, thank you guys. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG, Taryn Hill. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.